In a blink of an eye, he has been in the southern continent for more than a month. He likes the southern continent better than the eastern continent. That day, Zanchi went hunting and ate as usual, then returned to the cave to sleep. The huge snake body coiled up, and he just closed his eyes and was about to fall asleep, but the next second he opened his eyes in shock, and his pupils became slender. Zanchi was very surprised. What he just felt was the power of blood. That's right, it's his bloodline. He suddenly thought of the ridiculous mating that happened a month ago, in this cave. He went hunting that day, and the prey he found this time was quite intelligent, so he spent some time chasing it. Finally, he chased the prey to a sea of flowers. It was a sea of bright red flowers, and even the air was fragrant. After he caught his prey and had a hearty meal, he returned to the cave to sleep and digest his food. Because there was another female in the cave, he rested in human form. As he slept, his body began to feel strangely hot, and somewhere he felt a sharp pain. The sleeping female next to him inexplicably attracted him, and in the end, he couldn't control himself. He still remembered how the extremely thin female cried and begged under him. Zanchi had a strange look on his face. He never expected that she would become pregnant with his blood just this one time. He is the Black King Snake. It is extremely difficult for the Black King Snake clan to give birth to offspring. Even if they successfully lay eggs, they still have to see if they can hatch. Zanchi closed his eyes and began to carefully feel the power of his blood. This shocked him again. He quickly changed into human form and put the things he wanted to take away from the cave into his special space, then changed into beast form and hurried out to hunt. His speed was twice as fast as usual. He was going to hunt the biggest beast, and also the one with the tenderest meat. He just felt the power of 3 bloodlines. In other words, that skinny female was pregnant with 3 of his snake eggs. Oh my god, what a miracle! The Black King Snake clan had never heard of a female being able to carry 3 eggs. They had always laid 1 egg per litter, but she actually had 3. In the animal world, the father can feel the blood after 30 days of pregnancy, and can tell whether the cub is female or male after 60 days. As for why Zanchi was so anxious, it was because he was afraid that his baby would die in the womb. The Black King Snake clan is very powerful, and the pregnant mother needs a lot of food and nutrition to supply the fetus. If there is insufficient energy, they will devour the mother's energy. If the mother cannot replenish the energy, she will die, and if the mother dies, the fetus will naturally die as well. When Zanchi thought of that extremely thin body, he felt complicated for a moment. With such a frail body, she managed to conceive 3 children of my blood at once. I really don't know what to say. Zanchi muttered to himself. I have to say that he is very nervous now. Today is the 30th day of pregnancy. Is she eating enough? Forget it. Why would he think of such a stupid question? If she could eat enough, would she still be so thin? As he thought about it, Zanchi decided to fight 2 more beasts. At the same time, Chinatsu was at home looking at Banli with a melancholy look on her face. She has food, but she doesn't have a pot. How can she eat these chestnuts? She is so sad that she has no tears to cry. As she was thinking, Chinatsu picked up a smaller wicker basket beside her. I plan to go to a place with water outside to see if there are any shrimps or something, and by the way, see if there is a suitable stone slab to take home and use as a frying pan. She didn't take the small path out today, she planned to go through the main gate. Because she didn't know where the beasts in the tribe went to get water, take a bath, etc., she could ask the gatekeeper beast by going through the main gate. She usually sneaked out through the back roads because she didn't want to come into contact with other orcs. After all, she had just come here and was still figuring things out and adapting. She was afraid that if she ran into orcs, she wouldn't know how to communicate. Now that she has adapted, she is no longer afraid of communicating with orcs. Maybe Chinatsu's home was really too remote. The further Chinatsu walked, the more she heard cheers and screams, as if they were celebrating something. When I walked to the front, I saw that the large open space in the middle of the tribe was full of orcs. The males looked excited and thrilled, while the females looked adoring and loving. Chinatsu followed their admiring gazes and saw the chief and a handsome male standing in the middle of the open space. This male is estimated to be about 1.9 meters tall, with a muscular body, 8-pack abs, and handsome and neat short golden hair. Tisk. He looks a bit like Leonardo DiCaprio when he was young. Chinatsu looked around, patted the female who looked the most friendly, and asked, "Hello, what are you doing? What good thing happened?" Coral was startled by the sudden pat on the shoulder. When she looked at the person who came, she was startled again. How come there are such thin females in the tribe? They feel like walking skeletons covered with skin. Who are you and why have I never seen you before? Coral looked at her with some pity. It's obvious that no male would want such a thin female. Without a male to hunt and feed her, she can only rely on finding food on her own. She is so thin, it's obvious that she doesn't have enough meat to eat. Chinatsu felt embarrassed by her gaze. She scratched her head and said sheepishly, "My name is Chinatsu, and I live at the very end of the tribe. I don't usually go out. I'm not in good health and can't walk too far. It's normal that you haven't seen me. I'm sorry to bother you." After seeing Chinatsu's actions, Coral's heart ached. She knew who the thin woman in front of her was. She was a female who was picked up and brought back to the tribe and was arranged to live in a cave at the very end of the tribe. At the coming-of-age ceremony, she was the only beast who was not courted by a male, and therefore was unable to join the tribe. But she didn't expect that this female was living so poorly and was as thin as a cub. Everyone is celebrating. A 7th-level warrior has just been born in the tribe. Among the surrounding tribes, only our Lion King tribe has produced a 7th-level warrior, so the chief